Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Just breathe. It's going to be okay. You know, I'm on this mission to be a better dad. And, you know, the genesis of it, thinking more about how happiness, moderation, and virtue kind of all coexist. And, as I listen to other philosophy channels and whatnot, they all kind of have the same general tropes, right? To find happiness, you have to exert a level of moderation up in your own life and be truly true to yourself, i.e., be virtuous, right? Do the right thing. Because in doing the right thing and getting to your full capacity in that right thing, you end up realizing you don't need a lot of things, right? Which leads you back to moderation, which goes, wow, I'm so thankful for being here, which leads you to happiness. I don't think this works for everyone, but I think in some iteration, that approach can work for everyone, right? My whole disposition is I'm trying to share my knowledge that's through my experiences, both good and bad, to bring us forward, right? And I'm hoping that you're able to internalize, i.e., think through these notes that I'm sharing and be like, all right, well, how does this work for me in my X example, right? If I live in Florida, if I live in New York, if I live in Kalamazoo, Michigan, right? Or here in LA, whatever. But at the end of the day, comparing social creates this world where you feel like you have to compare and you don't. You absolutely don't, because all you see apart from me is people's best looks, right? For me, you're getting me, just here I am. But for a lot of folks, it's filters and it's editing and it's all sorts of multiple cuts, etc. That's fine, but that's entertainment. Okay, that's not someone that you need to like idolize and live through. You are more than enough than for what you need to truly find happiness. Where the distractions come into play is when you start thinking about what you want to become, and that separates too far away from kind of the genesis of who you are as a person. And then the other piece is when you think about moderation, it's not about just thrift living, even though I love not buying kids clothing and just sharing it with our friends. It's awesome. It's more about saying, there's never going to be a thing you buy that brings you long-term happiness. It's just not. Part of it for you to truly become what you want to become is being okay with who you are, doing things you enjoy, and meeting people in those environments. When you do that, suddenly you guys agree on so much, and you're like, wow, like I met my wife because of football, right? Now we watch football together. She knows more about football than I do because Texas chicks. You know, but at the end of the day, it's about you being okay with you. And when I talk about happiness and moderation and virtue kind of all being woven together, that's not the only way to do it. It's more of like putting a spotlight in a dark room. It's up to you to see what's there.